She's here now with that part of our coverage. Veronica.
Yeah, good evening. Really, so many hearts are with the victims of that Texas shooting. And what's going on in Texas really has local law enforcement leaders in Metro Detroit, as well as superintendents, looking at their own practices. As new harrowing details of the tragic Uvalde elementary school shooting come to light, law enforcement and superintendents here in Metro Detroit are speaking out about security. Texas law enforcement officials now believe the shooter got in through an unlocked door.
It is heart-wrenching to think that after all this time, after Columbine, after Sandy Hook, that a door would be unlocked. But it could have been a simple human error.
Amy Kruppe, the superintendent of Hazel Park Schools, says her district has been locked down for the last 7 years. The high school has 2 entrance doors, while the elementary and middle schools have 1.
When I locked us down, there was a lot of pushback. And I think because parents were used to that community feel of being able to come into school. And I think a lot of people come back and say, I understand now.
Kruppe also says they have other safety measures in place, like working closely with their local police.
We have plans over the summer to relook at and make sure that we're all on the same page and do training when the students come back in the fall and the teachers come back to make sure it's refreshed.
Back in Texas, there's also new criticism about the police response. Authorities say the gunman who killed 21 students and teachers was in the building for more than an hour before law enforcement killed him.
You cannot ever wait outside for help or backup or SWAT or whatever you're waiting for. You have to seek out the threat and eliminate the threat. That is our primary mission.
That policy Oakland County Sheriff Michael Bouchard believes kept accused Oxford High School shooter Ethan Crumbley from killing more students late last year. Now Sheriff Bouchard says they received funding from the Oakland County Commissioners, allowing them to create 4 new positions to focus on training for schools, churches, and more.
It's coordinating all of the training amongst ourselves and amongst outside entities. We're getting just overrun with requests from schools for more training, which we're happy to do, but we don't have a lot of people that are full-time for that role.
Meanwhile, in Monroe County, Sheriff Troy Goodenough says his office, Monroe Police, and Michigan State Police are all working together to have an increased presence at their schools for the rest of the year.
And they need a safe environment so that they can learn and make the best out of their time spent in school. They're our future leaders. And if we don't do our very best to protect them, then I think the end result is they're not going to get the education they need.
Kruppe also believes there needs to be more funding and more access to mental health services. Reporting live, Veronica Meadows, back to you.
Yeah, this makes all of us take a second look at so much, and that examination has to start with our schools first. Veronica Meadows for us live. Thank you.